Okay. Hello? Hello? That probably helps a lot. Plug the microphone in, Branton. Hi, folks. And welcome to a solo show. Danica's on assignment, going to be producing this episode. As, just got a little bit of the blanket. A little bit. The blanket. She's off screen being like, what is that? So years ago, in the olden days, when people went to cons, Scotty Young would talk about con crud and he would just call it the blicket. And I really love that term. So we're guessing she caught it from a friend who had a cold. When we went to some D&D, the good part, Mister, go see Mom. The good part about going to the D&D was the actual D&D. It was really cool. My first time doing D&D, which was a lot of fun. I played a bard named Eggs Benedict. Unbeknownst to me, I'm not sure how this got into my character sheet, but he has with him in his inventory a lock of hair. So I decided that Eggs, nice kind boy he is, has been for the last 2 years walking around asking people, hi, my name is Eggs Benedict. Is this yours? Because he wants to return this locket to whomever it is. It's very trusting. So it'll be very interesting to see how he makes his way through this world. Yeah, good times. So I had fun. Danica had fun. Yes? She nods. She'll be handling the comment section. So I'm seeing all your nice comments there. Big thumbs up on that from our producer. She did get a lot of good out of them during the match, the D&D match. I'm so good at D&D now, you guys. I know all the terms and everything. Very cool. So had a lot of fun with that. Programming note for tomorrow, it will be this moi solo in the streets of our shop. And be kind, because it'll be Wednesday. It's always manageable. It's just one of those things where like probably less convo time, you know, because there's not a couple of us to kind of like work around. So yeah. All right. Let's get to Stack. Stack's pretty low key, which is also why I felt like it would be fine to do it like this today. So that's nice. Shebang. Are you gonna autofocus? It's not gonna autofocus. I gotta figure that out. One sec. Okay, our producer's on it. So we got Aquaman. It's about various Aquamans. There has been a lot of Aquaman stuff happening these days. So there we are. Got the autofocus going. There's been a lot of Aquaman stuff happening these days. You don't have to have read any of the Aquaman books up until now, but it is being written, co-written by the folks who have been doing Aquaman Green Arrow and Black Manta and Aquaman the Becoming. Chuck Brown, I love his name because he's basically Charlie Brown. And Brandon Thomas with Sami Basri on the arts. That's just a solid creative team all around. There's some big happenings in the sea, my friends. So much so that these precious water boys are teaming up with a very surprising character. I got to the end and I was like, I'm sorry, what now? It's very cool. Obviously, we want the good Aquaman content out there for when the movie comes out soon. Yeah. Oh, Sean, you scamp. That is a good question. She's on assignment, producing this week's episode because she's caught a little bit of the blicket, which is what we're calling the cold. So instead of all that happening in the microphone, which might not be some good ASMR, yeah, it's good times. Anywho, we've got Step by Bloody Step. I've been really excited for this. It's Simon Spurrier. It's Matthias Bergara. They worked together on Coda. They also were, this artist was also on Cy Spurrier's Hellblazer run, working with Aaron Campbell. Was it Aaron Campbell? Anyways, Simon Spurrier also just did a Suicide Squad book with the other artist on Hellblazer, and so I thought it was cool that they're doing these all at once. So here we go. An armored giant and a helpless child. Together, they cross an astonishing world brimming with beasts, bandits, and, deadliest by far, civilizations. If they stop walking, the earth itself forces them onwards. Why? The child can't ask. She and her guardian have no language, no memory, nothing except for each other. Multiple Eisner nominees, Cy Spurrier, Matthias Bergara, and Matthew Lopez present a watershed moment in modern comics. 4 double-length chapters of a bittersweet fantasy opus, completely text-free. Let's take a walk. What I love about when Cy Spurrier approaches a new fantasy world, he manages to build something completely different, and together with his artists, build these really intricate worlds where the rules and everything are sort of shown to you in the actions and the art styles and everything like that. So I'm very excited to really dig into this properly, instead of like kind of scrolling as we do with the preview PDFs. And yeah, if you're into some good fantasy stuff, you could do a way worse than some Cy Spurrier. What else we got here? I'm gonna put that right there. All right, we've got Garnish Forever. This coming right ahead of the new ongoing series starring Carnage, being written by Ram V, who is co-writing the Venom book right now. If you're into symbiote stuff, this is kind of like building into like a corner of the Marvel universe that's been very interesting and very stabby. I don't know if you know this, but a dude named Carnage is kind of murdery, very fangy, and straight up a dick. You get a lot of that in here. A little one and done story. If you're interested in popping into some new stabby stories, you got yourself some Carnage here. And if you like it, you can trundle on into the new ongoing, which is coming out in a month. Yeah, so it also has some writing from Philip Kennedy Johnston, who did the Extreme Carnage crossover. So if any of you enjoyed that, you kind of get a little bit of a flow from one to another. Again, you don't really have to have read any of them, actually. And also, I like in the back, it also has a page by Ty Templeton doing some Sunday style panels of comic strip art starring Carnage. It's good times. Yeah, Forever might just be like a thing Marvel's heading back to. I think in the mid 2000s they were doing like X-Men Forever as well, which is like kind of like a what if Chris Claremont never quit writing the X-Men and just kind of continued with where he was gonna go. Apparently the answer was more bonkers Claremont stories. And I mean, that's kind of what you want from Claremont. Marvel kind of like stumbles across these adjectives every now and then. Maybe this is the Forever era. Forever. Good times. Hello, Eric. If you're just joining us, Danica is here producing the show. Just taking a little breaky to recover from catching a cold. All right. I didn't realize how reminiscent of Alex Zuritz's art this heavy metal drummer would be, but it's cool as heck. It dials back on the kind of black light feel, but it really does have his kinetic energy. 1986 AD, which is fun. Under the streets of Los Angeles breeds the seeds of a gruesome interdimensional conflict between order and chaos. Enter Dave, a junkie heavy metal drummer whose life is about to get a whole lot. Wow. You know where I'm going with this. I just didn't have the button going. It's going to get a whole lot here. I need to get all these sounds on one place. Kind of coalesce what's happening. Dun-na, dun, dun-na, dun-na. All right. Little drummer boy. Yeah, we can make that happen. All right. Got the producer on it. Very cool. Oh yeah, Foley. That's a good thought. The Beyond era with Spider-Man and Ms. Marvel. You say this. That's actually a pretty good idea for coalescing things that are happening in Marvel right now. I think Beyond would be a really good kind of nomenclature right now. Partly because I feel like it speaks to the world right now, where, you know, we're past normal, beyond it. So it were. And it would kind of sit well in my pop culture gullet. Right in the craw. This is what happens when Danica's not here. Get weirder. All right. We have the return of the Ghost Rider. I just love calling him Ghost Rider. I also, the first time I actually kind of pseudo met Ghost Rider was when he was Goose Rider in the Peter Porker Spectacular Spider-Ham comic. That was a lot of fun. Goose Rider. Anyways, Ghost Rider is back from Benjamin Percy, which I know is going to get a lot of folks real excited. He is currently doing the Wolverine X-Men books and the big X Lives and Deaths of Wolverine. This is kicking off a real big story. In fact, so big that they kind of like did a big old double-sized issue, my friends. It's got Corey Smith on art. And yeah, Johnny Blaze is back. He's riding them goats straight to heck. Yeah, he's got some problems. My friend. But, you know, that's kind of the Ghost Rider way. You have your problems. And I love this wraparound one that Ryan Stegman drew. That's got all the different Ghost Riders on it with good old Johnny right in the center there. Like a good boy. We have an interesting little bit here. The return, in a way, of Heathen. This is Vault reissuing the run of Heathen in this gorgeous foiled deluxe edition that features a whole bunch of extra covers and script to print process in the back here, which I think is really cool. Shows a little bit of how Natasha Alterici did her work. This is, I like to also call Heathen one of the books that launched Variant Edition, really. One of our picks from in the early days of our store. This was something that Natasha had been releasing on Comixology Submit by herself, and Vault picked it up, and some new stuff came out. So we had read it before it came out. We knew our folks would love it, and yeah, we were treated quite well by Heathen, and Heathen treated everybody quite well when it was coming out. Oh yeah, cover my face. Yeah, I got a good producer, by the way. I've got all this space. She's right, I should be utilizing. All right, we've got, these are always super weird, and they come out kind of willy-nilly, but I just love the creative team on this one. I should probably look up, nope, it's on the back, good. Tales of John Carpenter's Tales of Science Fiction from Dwayne Straczynski and Andrea Muti. You might know Andrea Muti from Bunny Mask and Maniac of New York and all that kind of stuff. Dwayne Straczynski writes some really good crime books and followed up Fraction and Brubaker and David Aja on The Immortal Iron Fist, and did a fantastic job with that, with Travel Foreman, legitimate name of person. This one is, it's a bright sunny day near the Santa Monica Pier. You're reading an excellent horror novel, the latest Sutter Kane, it says in brackets, and enjoying some downtime, but suddenly you're compelled to stand up. So is everyone else around you, and now you're walking along with them into the ocean. Stop, you want to scream. Body, please just stop. But your body refuses to listen, not even when the waves crush over your head and the water fills your lungs. Fun. It gives new meaning to walk into the sea. All right, that's the single issues that we got to talk about. Now it's on to some graphical novels, as the kids call them. I love this. Rockstar and Soft Boy by Cynic Grace has a pull quote from the co-creator of Pose, who is listed as co-creator of Pose, full-time friend, which is very nice. I've heard a lot about Pose from feminist wrestling podcast that I listen to called Not Your Demographic. One of them super loves Pose, and I only know it vaguely as like dancey stuff, but good drama. Meet Rockstar and Softboy, two gay best friends living it up in Hollywood, California. Things seem perfect for them until Rockstar finds out how long it's been since his bestie Softboy has had any bedroom shenanigans. Hoping to entice true love's kiss and a few wild memories, the pair throw a magical rager of a party to end all parties. Unfortunately for them, they may have ended up summoning a supremely gnarly chaos demon named the Party Animal, who won't only ruin their night, but their friendship as well. Cena Grace, he of Iceman and Ghosted in LA, one of our favorites, returns to writing and drawing his own comics for the first time in over half a decade to tell a magical, fun, and heartwarming story about the power of love and friendship in this romp of a one-shot. It's got square binding, girl. Yeah, good times. Boom. Can I try? Heathen is the... Yeah, absolutely you can. We do have on tap. I'm very excited about this. Oh, why that? That's a box set. It's also wrapped, so not as chaotic as just spraying books everywhere. Awesome. On top of it, our producers got this. It works out pretty good. And so this is all three collections of the Shades of Magic prequel series by V. Schwab herself. Shades of Magic is one of my absolute favorite all-time fantasy series. I love what they did with it. It's about a few different versions of London, some with magic, some without, and kind of a bit of a go-between between them all. It builds up quite wildly to the whole final book is just all crescendo. It makes me still gives me the palpitations. Anyways, this concerns the king in that series. Before he became the Golden King, he was the Steel Prince, which they mention in the book series. The brash, young, arrogant Prince Maxim has been banished from court by his father, King Nokil, and exiled from his beloved Red London to the violent, lawless port city of Varos on the Blood Coast. There, Maxim must learn what it takes to be the future king and earn the title of the Steel Prince. Put in charge of a slovenly and unruly garrison of men, Maxim is forced to defend his father's kingdom from the threat of the Pirate Queen and the rebel army, and he must also survive the trials of the Night of Knives, a magical annual tournament that no one has ever survived. They do make mention of this in the book, so that's pretty freaking awesome. Written by V.E. Schwab, not like ghost written or anything. She actually straight up did this. This 3-volume box set is a comic book prequel to the novel series A Darker Shade of Magic, and it also has 3 exclusive art cards. It's basically the covers on cards. You can only get them in here. Oh, so fancy. Oh yeah, and if you like the sounds of A Darker Shade of Magic, you can get them from us. You can go on our website, you can order them. Now it is a pre-order this time because we don't keep a lot of pros on hand. But I do highly recommend the series, and maybe we should start talking about pro stuff every now and then. Yeah, I might bring that as a past pick. All right, this is coming to us from the past. But yeah, but we saw a neat book and we decided to bring it in. We haven't had it before, so it's new to you. Like her most famous creation, Charlotte Bronte rose from humble origins. The third of six children born to a clergyman and his wife, she grew up exploring the moors of rural England before being sent to an oppressive boarding school. Amid devastating family tragedy, long hours of unfulfilling work, and few models of successful female authors, Charlotte received little encouragement to pursue her literary ambitions. But her internal drive, along with support, inspiration, and challenges offered by her siblings, ultimately led to the publication of her celebrated classic, Jane Eyre. Sorry. Seeking to cast an empathetic light on people often ignored by popular literature of the time, Charlotte questioned societal assumptions with a sharp intellect and changed forever the landscape of Western literature. Told in riveting style by author and illustrator Glynis Fox, this story presents a stunning examination of a woman who battled against the odds to make her voice heard. Britain. It just looked really cool, and this is our kind of stuff. I haven't had a chance to use my new button yet. I put on a new button. It's gonna be fun. If needed. We also got this preview of Twig coming up from Scotty Young and Kyle Strahan. This looks really cool, and one of the things that I do like about it is the fact that in the back, instead of just printing like the first few pages, it actually explains kind of the feel of the world that they're going for. And here's what got me here. The world of Twig has elements of classic dark fantasy, harkening back to the films of Don Bluth and Jim Henson. But the Tale of Twig has a unique style all of its own, and so it also brings in influences and comparisons to Bone and all that kind of stuff as well. The actual character design in this is absolutely stunning. I have never seen such unique creatures. So this is going to be a really, really cool thing when it starts coming out. I believe in May. So that's going to be really cool. I'm just seeing Andrew's comment. I think eventually some people survive. This is early days of that tournament. It's a brutal tournament. A lot of it is sort of political shows of force. So when you're chosen for it, it's more of a show of strength by the people in charge. Society has changed so much over the course of whatnot. So it's good times. I love it. Foley's right. For Twig says the back cover looks kind of more like Baby Yoda style, and then it becomes Baby Yoda on meth. He wants his cookies. Bring me cookies. We also have a new little bit, an old new from Silver Sprocket, Family, and Spatzel. I'm going to have to look this up. I'm going to do it. I prepped some stuff, but not all stuff. Because we were working pretty late tonight and got a call to talk about some upcoming changes happening with the LRT in my capacity as what's the word? Chair of our business district. Man, that's not coming up with anything. Oh well. I'm gonna see if Silver Sprocket has anything. I bet they do. Diamond, you're even selling this book, you big sillies. Bunch of rubes. Vamping. Ooh, here we go. Family and Spatzel is a funny, emotional slice-of-life comic about a bear and a duck who are best friends, despite having very different approaches to life, relationships, and gender identity. My face? Yeah. That's because I'm hiding. We got this in because we love this artist's books from before. Pseudonym M. Jones. Definitely a real name. I like it. And if you want something that's just kind of sweet, hits in the millennial feels, Gen Z feels, this is where you're going to get it. Speaking of stuff from the past, ooh, but in a fresh way. Look at this fancy first volume of Phonogram. Very cool, very nice. When Jamie McKelvey and Kieran Gillen did a big old hardcover collection of Phonogram, they put the first volume in full color for the first time ever. Now, you can get that taste right here with some full colorness. Phonogram. First volume. This is very cool because I want it. I do have all the single issues of this one. I did want the hardcover, but we sold them and they're out of print. So this is a good way to kind of like bring the collection all around. Phonogram is one of those weird ones where I actually give people the second volume first and be like, hey, here's what you want to do. You want to read this. They'll kind of give you a feel, and then this one will throw you in the deep end. This was one of their first works in comics. Kieran Gillen and Jamie McKelvey. It's really cool. I'd show you the colors on the inside, but I don't think I can. Oh, Foley. Good times. Oh yeah, that's true, Sean. There's a lot of playlists on there, ones that you cannot listen to at work. The Wicked and Divine is worse for that. All right. Yeah, there wasn't much for Stacks, so we've got 2 more left. The last song finally coming out. This has been coming out since almost as long as we've been open. Definitely in our second space before the one before this one. It's very great though. You just got a big chunk of story like once every year and a half or so. Nicky Marshall was saved by rock and roll, or so he likes to think. An awkward upbringing and turmoil following his father's suicide led Nicky to form a band called Ecstasy with his childhood friend Dre. The music takes them to Los Angeles, raw and gritty and teeming with personalities. Nicky thinks they're ready for stardom, but no one's ever ready for stardom. It's a fun one. It's happy. Very well done. You do sort of get that nice kind of tooling around, trying to be famous, not quite famous enough to get away with the lifestyle that you're trying to emulate and be a part of, and a lot of frustrations and whatnot, and also music, and also like dirty ass bars, just absolutely filthy. Yay! All right, and finally this week, we've got the second volume in His Dark Materials graphic novels. The Golden Compass graphic novel came out a while back. This one is The Subtle Knife. It's the second book. That's how that happens. The art in these is absolutely fantastic, and since this came from the book market, I can show you. Very European style, because I believe these were originally done in the Europa and moved over here for publication. This is the way that I've been reading The Golden Compass and these books, because as much as I have enjoyed kind of going through the prose, I ended up stumbling into this, and I was just like, you know what? I like the feel of this better. It gets me. It gets me. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, it's like just a little over half hour in. I think I'm done, and I'm missing. I think I just need to check. I should probably check somewhere. That's just an excuse to use this button. Vice. What advice does my producer have? Should I press the button? Yes. Okay, she says yes. Have you checked your vitals? I have not seen your keys, but since you're asking me, better check out that vital. Anyways, that song's fun. I know Danica didn't hear any of it because she doesn't have the sound on. Look on YouTube for that one, my friends. Have you checked your vitals? Yeah, good times. I made a new button. It didn't take too long. So I did find the magic mirror was not in my butthole. Just want to be clear on that one. And it's time, as always, for the end of our Tuesday show, and that's when we look out through this magic mirror, see all you fine people, and say hi, we see you, and we thank you for being around. And hope you're having a good day. And if you're not having a good day, please always feel that you can reach out to us. We will be here for you to commiserate and just try and make it through this world together, as one does. I see Sean. I see Kate. I see Ben. I see the one and only Foley. I see, I'll never get this right, so I'll yell it in Italian. Jungo Piatti. Thanks for checking in. I see Eric. I see Austin. I see Steven. I see Mike. And I think that's it. the copyright police can go and find some hex for me, and I'll tell you where they'll find them.
Have you checked your partner?
That's right there. I'm an adult. I'm an adult who owns a business, is what that is. Max says hello. Just in time. Thank you all for watching this week's show. Danica thanks you as well. And we'll hopefully be able to see you fine folks soon. I will be in on Wednesday. Danica will be working from home, recovering. And Max is going to help me out instead. So very cool. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. And we will talk to you all again soon. Bye.